Hey, Frank, how's it going?
Good morning, Paul.
Good morning. How you doing?
Get my stuff straight.
Yeah, I think we're set to go. This is
And
for
you were
the
on
second
earlier.
the second early show. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. I went to get on earlier, and you got off right when I went to get on.
Oh, okay. Well, because everybody wanted to leave, so I thought, well, let's just end it. I'll take a little break because I had to feed me and stuff, and yeah. So we're back
Yep.
now. I liked your video you posted.
Thank you. Yeah, I think it's got 14 views already. 13 views. Captain Ray uh, texted me and said, "Can he show it Thursday on the show?" I said, "Sure." Tell him there's never a need to ask. Just do it.
Yes, Lance, we're back. Yeah, I think we're good to go. It's pinned. That's it.
I'm,
Yep.
yeah, I should be 100% now.
Laura says, "Shut up, Joe."
Oh, I figured. Does she say anything else?
Mr. Skyfly. Right, Mia? Yeah, such a good girl.
So yesterday went crazy because I was gone just the hours I was gone. I came back, gave Loki his hip treat, and about 20 minutes later he had a seizure.
Wow.
So I don't know if it had something to do with the gap in time, but he still had the pill, so it didn't make sense. And then this morning I gave him one and he had a seizure. So that's the new one.
Well, that's the new formula.
All right. So I already put a return in for it. I'm getting another one.
Yep.
And it's supposed to be the exact same stuff. But I put a return in and said that the dog's having a reaction to it. And I ordered that's the brand that I ordered from isn't there anymore. But they have
Okay.
another brand that is comparable. They're all the same label. That's the thing, just a different name. So I got another one coming in. I still have some of the old one. So I'm gonna give them one. I'm gonna start giving them those again. But the other ones, actually, I may just wait because the other ones will be here tomorrow.
Okay.
But but I tried to get that $8 one. That $8 one probably doesn't have the same stuff in it. Probably listed, but not as much. So I'll try. I got a bacon flavor one coming in to see if, and he loves bacon. So, but the seizure he had last night was a good one, and the one he had this morning was pretty decent. So,
Now, how long is he out for when that happens?
well, last night it was about 7 minutes, and that's one of the longest ones he's had in a long time. This morning it was about 4 minutes.
What does he do? Just stretch right out?
Now he comes over to me. He comes over to me, he leans against me, and he just kind of stands there. He's got like one leg up, and he just kind of stands there leaning on me, like help me.
Huh.
Yeah, it's really sad. It's pitiful. And last night what happened was that little other crazy one I got, she gets over here and blocks the way. And if he tries to come through, she'll growl at him and run him off. Because she don't want him back in the back sometimes. And she last night started growling at him. And that's when I went down and said, "Stop being mean to him." And he was leaning on my leg. And I thought he was trying to get by. I looked down and he was having a seizure.
Wow.
And then I got on her. I said, "You're being too mean, you know?" I said, "But take that shoe, crack you on your ass with it." And when I said that, she put her tail down, walked to the back. Like hell with you. You know?
Me, I see at the back door, but you don't want to go out, I don't think. It's raining.
Yeah.
Here comes David.
Everybody heard about the bird.
David's coming in for round 2.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, he was there this morning.
I'm almost certain I had a dream about you an hour ago being live.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Don't we all love a bank holiday?
Hey, Paul, my son last night, he
Yeah.
was in the room with the music playing, and it wasn't coming out the room, but he had the music playing, and the door was open. So I said, "Well, what the hell is he doing?" I walked over there, and he's got a queen size bed in there, right? And I
Yeah.
looked at this queen size bed, and there were clothes on all his clothes were on this queen size bed. And I didn't realize that these are stuff that he's been getting out the dryer and just putting them in baskets. And they were stacked about 2 feet, 3 feet high, almost the whole bed.
Holy cow.
And I looked over at him and I said, "What's that?" He said, "That's all the clothes I haven't folded." He folded clothes for 2 hours last night.
Wow.
You know what?
Because he's in particular, I mean, everything's perfect. When it fits in the drawer, it's got to be rolled a certain way, everything.
Okay, this is the thing. Laura's exactly the same. Clothes stacked up, mountain high. Forget the fucking coat hangers. Forget the basket. Forget the drawers. They have to be stacked high. So there's snow on top.
Yeah.
And then it's like, Laura, where's my jeans? Oh, I saw them a couple of weeks ago. They're at the bottom.
They're somewhere in there. Yep. So he had 2 hours worth of folding clothes last night.
Joe, I finally untangled the filament.
The filament?
Yeah, I've now got to just roll it back onto a one reel.
No, I wouldn't have done it. How'd you get it? I don't understand why it didn't come with a reel.
They sent me one couple of reels of filament that were proper filament on reels, but they sent me a refill to try on. Yeah.
I would never have somebody send me a refill, because you slip up on that, you got all kind of problems.
I had no choice. It was something they just said, we'll send you some filament, and it was in the thing.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, well, you was right about when you're pissing around with it. Jesus, it went on.
Trying to think of something I had. I had something one time that you had to be careful how you opened it, and I opened it and that sucker exploded, man. I said, "Oh, you gotta be kidding me."
It's like those ones on YouTube with a mattress, and the mattress is rolled up, and they think, oh, if I just cut it, and as soon as they hit that little nick in the plastic, it goes boing.
Throws you across the room.
Yeah, I'm not saying I've done that, but I've done that.
Yep. You tell them about a friend, right?
Yeah, you only make that mistake once as well.
Yeah. I tell you, I've got. I don't know if you do any fishing or if you've ever done any fishing, but I've got what they call a bait casting reel, which it's open in the top, and when you throw that one, it's a great reel for fish, but you got to make sure your thumb's there, because when that thing hits the water, you gotta stop it, and you gotta start to reel to lock it, or that thing will backlash on you and be like a bird's nest. So it's muscle memory. You just throw it, and as the thing comes down and touches the water, you do boom, and then you start reeling. And it's muscle memory. But there's times where your mind doesn't think about it, and the muscle memory doesn't think about it, and you'll hit that water, and that thing will backlash. And it's not hard to fix it. You just got to pull it a little bit, and it'll come off. You'll be able to straighten it out. But the bad part is when you hit that thing, and you're getting ready to straighten out, and you catch a fish. When you catch a fish, then it's going to start pulling on it and knotting it up. Then you got a problem because you can't reel it. You can't do anything. You gotta find a way to try to get it loose first.
Oh, Amber's here.
Hey, Paul, guess what our feels like temperature is going to be today?
What?
And they're saying at 4:30 this afternoon, our feel like temperature
110?
106.
106. Oh, wow.
Right now, I feel like temperature is 94, they said. So if it's going to be feel like 106 today, I am definitely going out by the water
Well,
because there are going to be a lot of bikinis out there feeling like it's 106.
Raining out there. Come on.
I just don't know if I want to go to like the riverfront, or do I want to go to what you call it?
Yep, exactly what I thought. I went out there. She was standing by the door. I opened the door. She took 2 steps out, turned around, looked up at me, and turned around, came right back in again.
looked at you to say, you kidding?
Yeah, Lance said he wanted to know why I didn't fly the entire length of the flags. I kind of did. I went over them. I came in with the long ways. There was a woman there taking a picture, so I had to
Yeah,
come
who
in on
was
the
that
side of her.
chick? She was in a sundress.
Yeah, I had to take
Why?
a picture, and then it was her daughter that ran out towards the drone. That I didn't. If you look at the way the drone is, there's no way I went over her because I was past her by the time she got where I was. But 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 they were all right up in the front, so I actually made 2 or 3 loops to try to get the right angle. I wanted to come straight down the middle, and I couldn't get right down the middle because she stood there for so long taking pictures. So I just shot it the way it's all right.
Oh, I think it turned out great.
Now,
No.
looking back at it, if I would have it all to do all over again, I would take it down that middle a lot slower. I would have taken it a lot slower down the middle, and then I would have just, because I did actually do it. I went down the middle slower, and then I started going up towards the Capitol. I've got that in the short that I'm going to put out. But the reason I didn't use that piece of film is because they had a construction crew with their big truck on the side picking up all the stuff.
Well, all I'm going to say on
And
this, Joe,
like,
it's not what she said, it's what she wanted.
okay, yeah,
You get
yeah,
it?
you got a point. Yeah. But I got a kick out of that on that reviewing deck, that observation deck. When I was coming back and I was right in front of it, the guy pointed out, "Look at the drone."
Yep. Oh, I think it was a great video.
I like it. It came out. I see. I sit here and watch Channel 8 News, and Channel 8 is covering all the stuff going on in the legislature up there, and they're showing that building every newscast. And I've been saying I've got to go do this. So I just took off yesterday. Figured it would be the best day. Yeah. He said, he said, yeah, he said it was shot with a piece of crap. Avada too, Lance.
Huh.
Bit of jealousy there.
No, he's got one too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but John knows how to fly it. Sorry, Lance.
Good
Come on the
one.
panel and defend yourself.
Hey, good one. He's got to be up in the cabin in the woods.
Well said, Cool Cat. Well said. And Lance says, David, that must be the problem. LOL.
Yeah.
Lance has a sense of humor.
What's to say it otherwise?
I haven't heard from my son this morning, but he said he's going to work today.
Well, I wouldn't have been alive to be any of the people he meets.
how's the teeth doing for him?
It hurt him a little bit yesterday. You could tell. You could tell. He's
Yeah.
still a little swollen.
Do you know how
But
fast
he
you
said,
were? I was doing 31, officer. Yeah, in a 30 zone. And my teeth are hurting, so you're going to pay.
I wouldn't want to deal with him today.
That's what I was on.
I was telling David, I was telling him yesterday. I said, "What happens if you get that guy to decide to hook you in your jaw tomorrow?" He said, "You die."
Someone
He said, "I have to kill him." He said, "I'll just shoot him." Because they always tell me that. They said, "Now you taught hand to hand, you did all of this," and they said, "We know you when we couldn't mess with you like that." The kids, when they'd be messing with me, I had my head turned and be blocking everything they were doing, and they were saying, "How do you even know how to do that when you're not even looking at us?" I said, "I could feel it. It's like the force."
Yeah.
You know, and Justin said one day to me, he said, you now you walk around slower, you do this, your arms hurt, you got all these neuropathy stuff. How are you going to defend yourself now? I said, I'll just shoot you. You know, I'll just shoot you first. I ain't worried about that. I said, I'm not going to fight you anymore.
Self-defense.
Yeah. So down about 70 miles south of us is a little island called Grand Isle. It's a little hot spot, nice place, beautiful fishing. You can go down there and camp on it. I've taken the kids down to Port Fourchon, right next door to it, and we've camped for 3 or 4 days, and we lived off the sea for 3 or 4 days. And it was like it's just a great place to be, right? There's everybody going down for Memorial Day, and they got a lot of high winds coming in, so high surf. 2 people drowned yesterday.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it was an 11-year-old and a 13-year-old.
Well, that's the thing about it is they go into the water and you don't know whether it's intentional or not intentional, you know?
Well, the riptides at Grand Isle are crazy because my first wife, she had 2 kids, and we went out right next to Grand Isle. They got a little place called Elmer's Island, and we went out and camped on Elmer's Island. And there's a like a river stream that cuts the island, and it comes off the Gulf. And I mean, good fishing and everything. We're out there camping overnight, and then and the next morning we're out fishing, and my stepdaughter was standing next to him and she was fishing, and and the riptide was pretty, I could feel it on my legs. And we were in water just about to my knees, but it was up to her waist. And I told her, I said, step back a little bit because it's a big drop off over there. I said, I said, if you go in, you better swim. Like that. I said, because it's going to be hard. Don't fight it. Just go with it. So I explained it to her. And I said, so just float, tread water, and you'll wind up on the land somewhere. Because it's not that wide. So she's standing there, and I noticed she's getting in a little bit deeper. And I turned around and I said, Tracy, I said, turn around and come back. And she looked at me, and she was looking at me, and she had a funny look on her face. I said, Tracy, come this way. And she looked at me, she goes, I can't. I said, what do you mean? She goes, I'm trying, I can't. I'm going the other way. The riptide had her. So I looked over and I hollered at my ex and I said, come over here quick. Because I knew how the riptide was. And I mean, I could feel it pulling on me. And I told her, I said, Tracy, put your hands up high. I said, throw me a pole. She threw me the pole. I threw the pole over my shoulder. And I said, put your hands straight up in the air, because she was in it now. She was going. And I started walking out, and I turned my pole sideways and held on to the end of it, handed it to the ex. And she's got it. I said, just hold the pole for a minute. And I reached out there, and when I finally got to her, she was underwater. And all she had was a hand right on top, and I grabbed her by the hand. And I told Bobby, I said, pull me. So because I couldn't come back. So she started pulling back, and she actually pulled us in. And I told my stepdaughter, she was like 7. I told her, I said, you did the right thing by not panicking. Like, if you would have panicked, we'd both had to panic. But that was a hairy moment because she was gone. That thing just caught her and was pulling her.
Many, many years ago, when I was about 16, we were at Morecambe Bay, which is famous for quicksand. And we watched these 2 schoolgirls. They just kept walking. It was like, what the hell are you doing? And all of a sudden, they went digging waist deep. Yeah, my dad had to. My dad goes running over. He's like, don't worry, grab hold of the fishing rod. I was like, piss off, lay the fuck down. Because in quicksand, the bigger you
spread the body weight. Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, they eventually laid down, and we managed to get them out. My dad took all the credit, as usual.
Well, you know what? I'm amazed that somebody hasn't developed a harness that can be adjusted for different size kids, children, and adults. That is very much like a jumping out of an airplane harness, but what it is you do use it when you're swimming, and if you get in trouble, you hit the button and it inflates.
It's got a life jacket.
Yeah.
But the problem is a life jacket doesn't allow kids to go into the water and dive and do whatever. But I'm talking about this where it would inflate on its own.
Yeah, we've got them here. They're called life preservers, and literally you can swim and do everything else, but if you get into trouble, you pull the string and it inflates.
Yep. Yeah, but how many kids are going to be out there and they're going to pull a string somewhere and they're going to inflate, and then everybody's going to be pissed off.
Yeah. Have you noticed when a plane's going to crash, they tell you, we're going to hit the mountains, and then they give you a life jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah, cheers for that, because that's going to save me on land, isn't it? He died of head injuries, neck injuries, leg injuries, but he saved his ribs. Oh, God. What is he? Wait for it.
So where's your niece at?
Kitchen, bedroom.
So is that where she's gonna pretty much hang out all the time now?
Yeah, we won't see her now until Friday when she goes home. There's been a change of plans. She goes on Friday.
Oh, really? And then what? Hannah comes in?
Maybe. If she can get time off college, apparently.
Might be signed off. You're done for the year.
Sure, this was neat on here earlier. Stupid stuff.
So Joe, it's
Hey,
gonna be
Randy,
109
Mad Pop.
degrees down there? Crap, that's hot.
Yeah. Some places it's hot, really hot today.
Yeah, Joe's moving into the oven. It's cooler.
Yeah, it feels like it's gonna be the thing. It's gonna get hot.
Well, I've just had a shower and I still feel hot and sticky. Weather is horrible. It's not even hot. It's just sticky.
You don't smell like you've had one.
Humid, huh?
Next week, would you like an invite to Laura's funeral, or would you want to watch it online?
Oh, do it online. It's a
Online.
new trend.
She keeps giving sly digs.
Not doing anything. What you want about?
Not Laura. She's always so sweet and nice to you, David.
There you go.
How much have you paid, Paul?
I'm always nice to people.
That's right.
I've never told Joe in my life to shut up.
Not unless they deserve it, right?
Earlier on, we was talking about comedy. As you can gather, Laura's trying to star in some.
You're gonna put her on stage?
I'm not that cruel to the paying public.
I bet she'd be pretty entertaining on stage. She could tell the whole world about what it's like to live with Sir David.
Would you imagine Laura on stage? The first thing she'd do, she'd come on stage and go, all of you, shut up and check your messages.
Yeah. First thing she do, come out, she look and say, "Shut up, everybody." I'm surprised she didn't say in the background, "Only to you, Joe."
Oh, she's gone to the other room.
Good.
What? She does this. She fucks off to the other room, the other side of the building, and then goes, like I'm meant to understand that. This is why she rings me from the other room. Because I'll go, what? And then she'll ring me. She'll go, you never listen. Laura! Don't matter. Thanks, Dad.
Mhm.
What'd you do? Turn it on?
Justin's probably off playing games.
Don't know. Tim didn't go live.
Well, no, because he's at work.
No, he's finished now. He'll be in bed now.
What time is it over there?
About 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning, or something.
Oh, wow.
You missed out last night on the after pool party.
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit after Paul.
Yeah, me, Dominic, and Mark.
Well, you guys had a good time, didn't you?
It's all right. Good debate.
How long were you on?
About an hour. Because Way Too Big was on. So Dominic wanted to use someone to kill an hour. You know when you got filament on 2 reels and you just really now want to get to the point where you just want to cut it in the middle and have 2 reels and be done with it. But I know what's going to happen. The minute I cut it in the centre, that other side is going to go slinky again and go boing. Don't worry, Bamboo. I will give you a review on your filament refill.
Yeah, I'll give him a review on that filament too.
It's awesome filament. I don't know when you're trying to fucking open it. Because normally what they do, they normally wrap it and then they normally put string around it or like a piece of plastic that holds it so you can reel it round onto a new reel. No. Get it on this one.
Yeah. Okay. Man, yeah. It's in Mississippi. And they had an accident on the interstate yesterday, right on the other side of the state line. It injured 14 people, killed 2.
Well,
That's a pretty good accident.
hate motorway accidents or freeway accidents, as you guys will call them. And if do you class them as motorways, expressways, or freeways?
Yep. Man, I can hardly keep my eyes open.
Yeah, Dre just said to wake you up. He said,
Yeah.
somebody wake up Paul.
Now, this is what happens when you get up early, Paul.
Well, I got up at 4:30.
Yeah, you threw everybody. Even I had to look at the clock. I was like, the fucking battery stopped in the clock.
You need to be a coffee drinker.
Yeah.
That's the last thing you want to be doing if you can't sleep. What I'll do, Paul, I will get Laura to read a story and I'll record it. And then when you can't sleep, I'll just put it on. You only have to listen to the first couple of words of Laura's voice. That'll put you to sleep.
She don't have to read a story. All she has to do is start talking.
I'm waiting for her to go, I can hear you.
She wants, the first thing she's gonna say is, shut up, Joe. Then she'll say, I can hear you, David.
So where is she, out in the kitchen?
No, she's in the bedroom. I'm in the kitchen.
Oh.
I set the 3D printer up in the kitchen because I thought, I know there's not supposed to be any fumes from filaments, but one or two of them have come with a bit of a smell. So
See, today is the day I want the skies like yesterday. Today they got clouds.
it's like to cloud over here. Hopefully, a good thunderstorm will ensue.
Yeah, it's 51% cloud cover. That's not that bad.
Yeah, we had hailstones the size of golf balls the other day.
That's
Wow.
even worse.
Yeah, because I heard the bang on the fence. I was going to go. I jumped up. I was ready to go out and have a go at somebody, throwing stuff at the fence. But I didn't go out now because then would have freaking hurt.
And the other thing I had a problem with when I shot that video at the Capitol was there were a few clouds. So the clouds were perfect, but there was a few clouds that every time I'd be up in the air, they'd come in and change the whole lighting. You know, I had to wait.
Yeah, the whole
I had
light.
to try to, yeah, they changed the lighting because the sun would get behind a cloud. So I'd have something going on like a orbit or something. Then all of a sudden, when I try to do something else, the lighting is completely different.
That happened to me yesterday. You know, I didn't buy the AMS, but I've learned how to do the split with the feeds, and I had it going. Because I was going from a white to a glow in the dark, I had to watch through the tube, and the fucking sun went in just at the wrong moment. I was like, "Oh, you bastard! I can't see it now."
But I've got shoot 10 minutes, 11 minutes of video I'm gonna wind up throwing away. Just because they had that construction truck up there. And if I realized that they were just taking the thing down, I thought they were putting something up. So I figured I didn't have a choice. But they were taking down the stuff from the ceremony the day before. And when I noticed that, then I said, well, I'll just go back up and reshoot. And I was able to reshoot the whole thing without having to worry about lighting anything because the lighting stayed the same. But I'm gonna have to look at it, see if I got any little snippets I could use for anything else. But I did everything with that. I sat up there, took pictures, everything of the state capitol because I don't know. I'll go up there again and shoot it again without the flags. But I don't, I'm just mad is because they have a battleship that sits right there, the USS Kidd, but they've got that right now in dry dock somewhere doing some repairs, and they're gonna bring it back. They're painting it or something. But it wasn't there, so I couldn't shoot it. I was trying to make it a Baton Rouge Day. I tell you, Paul, my cousin that passed away,
Yeah.
I'm sitting there last night and I'm thinking, maybe tomorrow I'll run across the lake. And this is how it is. I still can't believe she's gone. I said, maybe I'll run across the lake tomorrow since it's Memorial Day, and I'll shoot the Huey Long Bridge. Then I'll run over and see Carol. And then I said, you know,
You're a
because that's
man.
how it was.
You're,
That's how it is. Every time I went on that side, I go see Carol.
you're a man of your word, and she's there, and she's gonna always be with you.
Oh yeah,
I know the feeling, Joe, because I had a friend called Lynn, and she died pretty instantly. She'd only just made friends with her daughter again, went on a day out with them.
yeah.
And there's a video of her from the Ring doorbell saying, "This has been the best day of my life. Thank you for coming back." She went home and she got a bit of a pain in her head, so she rung her daughter. Her daughter said, "No, don't ring me, ring an ambulance." She dialed 999 and that was it.
Wow, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. She didn't even get to speak to the operator. She was gone. So, but I used to ring her every Sunday without fail. And yeah, every Sunday I get up and I think, oh, better ring Lynn. It's like, for fuck's sake.
yeah, Lance, that'd be cool. The National Cemetery, that looked good. Last year, I shot the Southeast Veterans Cemetery when they had all the flags up there. I did that for Memorial Day and for Veterans Day. I went out there twice, and then Christmas they put wreaths out in front of all of them. I did that for Christmas too. I got to go out to that in June. My cousin Robert, that was his mother that passed. His father-in-law was in the God darn it, what's it called? It's the guard that does Arlington Cemetery. He was in the guard up there in the army, and he passed away about 6 months ago. And he was cremated, and they're putting him in the Southeast Louisiana National Cemetery in June. He'll be on the wall up there. So when they move him, I'm coming out. I'll be over there to see it.
What's that?
So welcome back. Did you dream well?
No, I didn't. I didn't doze off, but I'm kind of just flickering.
he's flickering. Got a loose tube right now.
I think you did fall asleep because I was singing the Sweet Dream song.
The one from the Eurythmics.
Well,
You got 14 people watching.
hey, people sleeping is a good popular stream,
Yeah.
The amount of people you see, you go on, you click the live button, you think, oh, someone's live. I'll go and see what this is all about, and it's just somebody sleeping in the bed.
Hey, it might be a best channel.
And you get 150 people, 200 people watching. You're like, guys, what are you doing?
That's people that have no life. Yeah. Laura said, David, check your messages.
I'm busy, sorry.
Yeah, I looked over. She hasn't emailed me. Shut up, Joe, yet, but big is coming.
I'm busy, Laura. Why? If it's something stupid, right, I'm going to come in there and I'm going to chuck a bucket of water over you. Here we go.
Oh man, come on.
Oh, for
If you need
God.
to go take a nap, you could call it and we'll come back later.
Well, Laura's got a pair of shoes that have been hanging on the wardrobe for a couple of years now. Well, okay, not that long, a year. And Rio and Bluey are playing in them.
That's good.
You know, they've been there all that time. She's even had the camera on it and no one's ever picked them up. So they've been there.
Yeah, what they're gonna do is they're gonna make a nest in it.
Well, they're big enough. She won't wear them because she bought them and she said, they're a size 6. I'm like, Laura, they're a size 9. No, they're a size 6. They're a 9. She got them home. They're a size 9. She was looking at them upside down. Right? Well, let's take them back. No, I like them.
Well, now the birds like them.
Yeah, they're ornaments and bird perches. I mean, they make great bird perches.
Okay, it was a 13-year-old girl that drowned and a 10-year-old, they didn't say boy or girl, that's critically injured. That they pulled out the water and they were able to revive and medevac.
Was that rip currents or what?
That's all the waves and the rip currents out there. That's how bad it is. And like right now with the waves coming in, because when we went for a couple of times, and one time it was like a 4-day thing. And I mean, you go out in the water and you're out in the water most of the day. And it's when the waves start picking up, it's like the kids knew they couldn't go past a certain point. But if you walk all the way out to where the jetties are, and you got a couple of deep spots before you hit the jetties, but you get out that way, the porpoises come in, big porpoise dolphins will come in, and they'll come right up there and play with you.
Wow.
You know, and I mean, I had my daughter out there, and they were coming up close to us. But when you feel that riptide start coming in, you get out. It's either get out or get closer to shore, because you don't want to get caught in those. Because the waves, they pull you back as they hit.
Good morning, Mark.
Hey, Mark, what's up?
Good morning.
Good afternoon.
Yep.
I'm trying to make it till 10 o'clock here. It's 9:40. But I keep almost falling asleep, Mark.
It's because you had that party all night there, Paul.
Yeah.
Well, Bill didn't finish till 7 o'clock this morning, our time.
Well, I couldn't sleep very well last night, so I went on live at 6:30 a.m. this morning here.
Oh, wow.
And we were on for a couple hours, wasn't it, David?
Yeah.
And I took an hour break, came back, and now I can't hardly keep my eyes open.
Oh, dear.
So they're gonna have their ceremony at Arlington today. I wonder if they're gonna have if Biden's gonna be able to wake up and know which way to go.
I can't imagine, maybe it's just me. I can't imagine anybody thinks that Joe Biden should be president again for another 4 years when he hasn't really been president now for this 4 years.
Is he going to last another 4 years?
Well, that's the
Well,
biggest
thing
problem
is,
right there.
He's got people in positions that they want him to stay in so they can keep their position. It has nothing to do with our country.
Right.
Probably. Yeah.
They want to keep control. And they already control him. In fact, I think his wife makes more decisions than he does.
Well, he was at something the other day with a president from somewhere in Africa. And there was some kind of military function where he had to come out with, and he came out and he stood on the SEMA and the officer told him, come step down right there. Told him where to go, right?
Oh, yeah.
As he stepped off, he hit a hole, almost fell. And if he would have fell, I'm sorry, I'd have had to laugh.
Yep.
It was just, and then what gets me is they would like, even on Fox News, they get the people that come on to defend Biden, and they were talking about how all the gaffes he's been making and everything like that. And she says, yeah, but Donald Trump had a 37 seconds where he didn't say anything. He just stood there. Wait a minute. Maybe the teleprompter was down, or maybe he was deciding how he wanted to go. But what's 37 seconds in 4 years that the guy been stumbling all over himself?
That's right.
It's like, come on, people. I'm just telling you, I'm not looking forward to this election because I think there's going to be, something happening as a diversion right before the election is going to, I don't know. And I tell you what, if somehow he wins, I don't think this country is going to be the same.
Nope.
And you see, this is what I don't understand. He goes to a function where he speaks and there's 400 or 500 people. Donald Trump goes to the Bronx, which they don't like him, and he has 30,000 people.
Yep.
Yeah, but they're all
What's
based.
going on here?
Yeah.
So something just don't add up here. It just don't make sense.
Well, it's like that judge in the Trump trial right now. His daughter works for the Democrat Party, and she's making millions of dollars
Yeah.
soliciting money.
Yeah, she's making money off of the trial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Corruption knows no political background, but once they're corrupt for life.
Yep. I don't understand it. I don't. And then when they had that interview, when they investigated Biden and all those the papers that he had, and they had a special counsel get in there, or somebody came in and did an assessment of it. They said that he should not have had them, and it was all of this and all of this, but they don't think anything should happen to him because he's a frail old man.
Yeah.
And he doesn't remember a thing that he didn't remember. He was mixing up his son that died from how he died, and he said he was alive and all kind of stuff. Yeah, he said he was alive,
Yeah.
And they're saying all of this. So if they're saying all of this, now I don't want Kamala Harris as the president either.
Nope.
But I don't know.
It's a conundrum for the masses, but it isn't that big a conundrum because it's like between the Three Stooges being in Congress as to what we have. There's a little difference,
Yeah.
but
And that book sounds like it's pretty good. Laptop from Hell. Mad props. Yeah, because that's all it is. It's like it's I don't know.
well, way back when Biden came to St. Clair, which is a town just south of me, and he was an idiot then.
And if you go back in his history and you look at all the stuff that he did as a senator, all the legislation, he said, again, the racism he had.
Yep.
Everything he did, just the racism that he has. That just doesn't change. It's like the one guy that died was a grand wizard of the KKK. that he said that guy, he went to the funeral and said that guy was a great man.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, come on now. And he was a senator too.
Yep.
You know, come on, people.
Yeah,
Everybody needs to just wake up. My mom used to say, open your eyes and get all your feelings off your shirt sleeves. You know, that's what she used to say.
right.
She said, open your eyes. And she had a lot to talk about because all her feelings were on her shirt sleeves. but she said, open your eyes and watch around. See what really goes on.
Yeah, they'll say and do anything to get him elected again, and I don't. He just, you know, some of the advertisements they're running now on national television of Biden, you'd think he was up for sainthood or something, and it's just he's such a wackadoodle, and he always has been. He's never been anything special.
Yeah, win by any means necessary. That's what Mad Props just said.
Yep.
Well, we'll wait till this week is going to be the biggest week in this country. It's going to be the most important week because, and in all reality, that judge needs to either dismiss that trial or give a directed verdict because the main witness is the guy that admitted that he stole money from Trump, that he didn't like Trump, he had a vendetta against Trump, and they caught him in all the lies.
And he's been convicted of lying at all different kinds of agencies and departments and everything else.
And then the best part is that the stuff they've got him charged with right now isn't felony stuff. They say that they have a charge that's felony, but they won't tell anybody what he's charged with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's my problem right there. So to me, that thing needs to be dismissed.
Well, the whole thing is that even Biden's kid is now under indictment for several different things. He's a liar and a cheat too.
Yeah, he's in trial now.
Yep.
They're in trial now. And he's gonna either be pardoned by Biden or go to jail.
Yep.
And you're not gonna tell me Biden isn't gonna pardon him. You know, which I don't know. There's something's gonna happen over the summer. Something huge is gonna happen, probably August. That's gonna be a diversion. You know, and I wouldn't doubt that at the last minute he backs out of the race to become president, and somebody off the wild jumps in. Somebody from old school.
Well, you got that Kennedy running too.
Oh yeah, but he's even worse.
Yep.
The other day he was talking about that he got sick or something like this and got a worm that got in his brain and was eating his brain.
Yep.
And then the medical came out and said all it does is create pressure, doesn't eat your brain. You know, they came out and told the real story.
What I want to ask is, right?
Sounds like a tapeworm.
Right, but when it comes to political leaders these days, how the hell did the asylum get to the top?
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, no matter what country we're in, we've always got fucking idiots at the top.
Well, I'm telling you.
But you know, it's like that all over the world. I mean,
Exactly.
who would think that Sweden would pass a law recognizing Hamas and the Palestinians as a real state? You know.
Well, Sweden, I can understand, but there are other countries that are confusing the hell out of me. I don't recognise Hamas as a as the state, but I do think Palestine does need to be its own state, but not run by Hamas. It needs.
That's the problem you have is the real, the geographical region of Palestine is one thing, but the political control of Iran and Hamas and what's the other one, the Libyan whatever.
Yeah, but the problem with Iran, Syria, and that area, they are their own countries in their own right.
Yep.
Yeah. Palestine at this moment in time is not. Yeah. And until the people get it as their own country, because they literally have their own self-control anyway, and we just need to. It has to move. We have to move to a two-state settlement, and it has to be done, in a peaceful way. We can't just keep throwing missiles everywhere. And
Well, that region of the world, they've been throwing missiles at each other for generations.
Yep.
Well, they have, but
and nothing seems to get changed. I mean, look at the Iraq War. Look at what's going on now in all of the other areas. I mean, China is fighting with Iran and that whole area it's almost like a volcano waiting to erupt.
Yeah. Well, this is what happens when you let the asylum take over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Midnight Oil warned us about this with their song Beds Are Burning.
Yeah. Well, David, I think I'm going to take your advice and close it down.
No, you're taking Joe's advice.
So,
My advice is go to sleep and we'll just watch. You'll come back, you'll be the hit channel on YouTube.
Yeah, right. Well, it's up to you guys. If you want me to make somebody the host, I'll go ahead and pass it on. But you got 14 people watching.
I'm going to get on with the 3D printing and.
Yeah, you got some things to do, and I'm sure Joe does too. And
yeah, I'm gonna go flying a little bit.
yep, Mark,
From
take
Europe.
care, buddy.
Yeah, you too.
All right, we'll see all of you again later today.
Anyone's
See you a little
around
bit later.
2 hours, I'm doing Euro trucks.
What time are you
Okay.
doing Euro Truck?
2 hours.
Couple hours. Okay. All right, everybody.